Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Gearhead 426 channel. I'm going to be replacing all these parts on the Diesel Beetle because they're all broken, as usual. Now to go ahead and start, we have our axle boots. Now I actually have an entire set of these. I have all four along with the OEM grease and the replacement parts that have to go with it. 3 of my boots are actually torn. I'm going to go ahead and replace all 4 of them anyway, since you have to pull apart the axles to do it. And while I'm in there, I'm going to take the CV joints apart, clean everything up, make sure everything looks good, see if there's anything I need to be concerned about. We're also going to be replacing the polyurethane bushings on the lower control arm. I already have polyurethane bushings on the lower control arms, but the rear 2 are completely worn out. These bushings have been on this car for 3 years with hardcore abuse. I use this as a daily driver. It is actually a delivery vehicle for a delivery company that I work for. It gets a lot of abuse. So I need to go ahead and replace those as well. Also, I'm going to be putting on a new shift knob and fixing the shifter linkages. Now the linkages are actually fine. It's these guys that need to be replaced. My entire shifter assembly has actually already been replaced, and this is the only part that I haven't replaced on it. And I could tell because there's just a little bit of back and forth play, which I'll go ahead and show you. Also, to go ahead and do that, just to make the job easier, you want to get one of these guys. I believe it's called the shifter alignment tool for the MK4 Volkswagens. You can use a 5mm drill bit, but one of these, you can pick it up for like 10 to 15 bucks. I understand it's kind of expensive for like a piece of steel, but then again, try finding a 5mm drill bit, and a drill bit's gonna cost you like 7 bucks. May as well get this. It's the tool meant for the job, so it'll get done right. Now this video is going to go ahead and take a few days to do. The main reason being that I'm kind of on a time restraint. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and do all of this stuff. And as we move on, we'll go ahead and do this stuff later in the video. Okay, so this is the play that I'm talking about. Side to side has absolutely no play at all, but front and back, as you can see, has a little bit of play, which, to be completely honest, that's not bad at all, especially since before the play on this thing was more like this and a lot like that before I replaced everything. But because I replaced everything, I kind of just want to eliminate all of it. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those shifter end links, which rests on the transmission. But I'm also going to go ahead and put a shift knob on this because, this doesn't really have much weight to it. It's whatever. I don't like it that much anymore. Never really did, to be honest, and I don't need to know where the gears are because I know where the gears are, and I'm the only one who drives this car. In fact, I'm actually the only one in the entire house that I have, between me, my girlfriend, and my roommates, that even knows how to drive a stick to begin with. So let's just go ahead and pull this apart. You just pull this guy up. If you actually look, I have a zip tie holding the shift knob on from whenever I replaced it. Also, the boot's completely torn, but I have a zip tie holding it on. It's normally like a little metal clip, like a little metal like zip tie-ish thing. I don't know what to call it. It's a metal clamp. But even with one of those on, you can just go ahead and pick this thing right off, and you just pull it up, and it comes off just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take the boot off. I don't really know how to take the boot off. I'll figure it out, but I want to use the boot on the new one. But yeah, you can see the play right there. Now I need to go ahead and cut this down. Okay, so if you look with this one, this shaft rod, whatever you want to call this, goes pretty much all the way up to the top of here. So it sits down kind of low. I'll go ahead and put it back on now just to show you. It sits on kind of low right about there, which is, not bad at all. But you have to get this adapter to go ahead and put whatever shift knob that you want on it. This is the one I have. It's just, black metal ball, not a big deal. If I put this together real quick, that sits like super freaking high. When the old one used to sit right about here, this one now sits right about there, and I really don't want that. I honestly want it to sit just a little bit lower, maybe like about there, just give myself a little bit of a better feel. So I need to go ahead and cut this guy, which that is easy. I'm just going to go ahead and go grab the grinder and just cut it. I do want to make sure that I get the height right though. I think you need to cut it right about there. So I need a marker. Let's cut it right here and see how that looks. I could always take more off. So let's go ahead and bust out the grinder and cut that guy. I didn't realize that that was actually solid steel, but that's cool. I'm probably gonna have to grab my file to make it where this guy will go on. That's way better. But yeah, see that play? We're gonna go ahead and fix all that play. But I really like how that feels. Like, see, now I could actually like throw it, when before I wasn't able to throw it, and that's because this has so much weight on it now. I can just, that's nice. That's really nice. All right, sweet. That is kind of done. Now I need to go ahead and pull that boot completely apart to put all that up on, and I want to go ahead and probably file that while I'm at it. Actually, I don't need to file that, forget it. Yep, I'm not filing. I do need to take all of this off. So all that is now off. I need to go ahead and, well, I can't put this pin in yet. So open up the trunk. Thankfully, you don't need any tools for this part besides, you know, this piece. Literally everything you can do with your hands. Yes, I know, it's janky, but it works. All right, so down here is all of your shifter end links. Now you can go ahead and take all this out to give yourself some more room. To be completely honest with you, I don't really need the room. So you just go ahead, pull the springs on back to release everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this one out first before I release the other one. You have these little clips on here, which you can just pull out with your finger. You see them right here. You just pull right here at this piece and it'll just pop right on out. And then you just bloop and bloop. And there you go, it is out. See, this one's not that bad, but it is dry rotted, which that ain't good, so, you know, trash that one. This is the one that I'm pretty sure has all the play in it. So you just go ahead, do the same thing. There we go. Yeah, see this one, look at that. That is where I'm getting all of my play from. Plus look at how dry rotted it is. And, you know, obviously inside on the bushing itself is worn out. So, you know, none of that's good. So throwing those away. All right, so we have our new ones right here. I just accidentally undid that bit. All right, so there's like a little lock. Actually, I'll just take it apart to show you. So there's a little lock right here. You want to go ahead and line it up with this pin and push it all the way down and lock it in place before you install them. See, just like that. It'll compress the spring for you. Because what it is the actual linkage itself, the cable will go into here. And then whenever you get it into the position that you need, everything lined up, you just go ahead and snap this back. It'll close like that onto it and you're good to go. It makes it for really quick, easy adjustments on the fly. So go ahead and do that to both of them before you put them on, because trust me, it's a lot easier to do it with it off than with it on. So you want to go ahead and come back into here, take your alignment tool or your 5mm drill bit, put it right here into this slot, and on over, and then boom, you're in the place, can't go anywhere, which is awesome. Now you're gonna wanna go ahead and put the shifter into the home position. There is a tiny little pin right below it that will put it into the home position. And what you do is you pretty much push on like this giant weight thing, kind of looks like a handle. You'll push down on it and then boom, it'll slide right up into place and you are in the home position. Now we just go ahead and take these guys, do the bottom one first. Just slide the cable into it, slide it onto the pin, put the clip in. I know you guys can't really see a whole lot because I didn't take the airbox out and stuff. I'm sorry, but I don't really see a need to take it out. All right, and then same thing with this guy. You can probably see it a lot better. Just slide that in there, push that on, and oh, that's a problem. It appears that I don't have the right link. Oh, yep, that's an issue. I have the right one for this guy, but not for this guy. Thankfully, this isn't the one that has play in it, but I'll go ahead and put this guy back in place, and then we'll go ahead and replace this one just to still get rid of that slop, which that honestly kind of sucks. I'm going to go ahead and write down whatever the part number is for this one. Yeah, it is a different part number. So I could go ahead and order this. I thought they were both identical, so that was me messing up. Thankfully, they're only like 10 bucks. So I'll have to go ahead and get another one of those. But hey, that's cool because on the old one right here, this one was worn completely out because this is the one that wears, and clearly this one doesn't. This one's, you know, from 2002. It's 18 years old now, being 2020. This will be a nice little spare, so I'll just go ahead and keep this one in the car, just to make sure to keep it unlocked so you don't wear down that spring, because that spring helps lock everything together. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to put this one back on for now, which kind of sucks, but I should have one from Amazon in a few days, or might have to go to ECS Tuning. I don't know. Thankfully, it's only a few bucks. Just go ahead and that guy back on right there. Now that we are in the home position, you usually want to go ahead and get the slack out of it. You just snap that spring back just like that. Same on the other one right here. Just want to go ahead and there we go. And snap that spring on out and back. Boom. Now we are locked into place. Oh, forgot my clip. There we go. All right, so now the shifter is out of the home position. Now we're gonna go ahead and take the pin out here, which is, you know, this one's home position as well. All right, so we'll just pull that guy out. Now let's check the play. Oh wow, that is way, way, way better. The way that you know that you got this right is if you push it forward, it should just go straight in the third, which it does. Pull it back, it should go straight in the fourth, which it does. And you just want to go ahead and go around and make sure it goes into every single gear very smoothly. What I found with these, at least the last time I did it, is that it'll have a hard time going into fifth if you didn't do it right, and it'll have a hard time going into reverse if you didn't do it right. I will go ahead and take it out for a drive because you can't really feel everything right now. With the car being stationary, sometimes the shifting does feel different whenever it's in motion. But just to make sure, again, if you push it straight forward, yep, it goes right into third, pull it straight back, goes right into fourth. It doesn't move any side to side at all when doing that, which is absolutely awesome. Look at how just dirty and disgusting this freaking shift boot is. I will be getting a new one. I'm gonna be getting a completely different one too, like obviously gonna be black. Let's go ahead and put everything back together. So I need to figure out how am I going to attach that to this, which I think if I just go this way, I'll just zip tie it around this groove here. Does that zip tie even fit in there? Fits in there enough. I wish I had a smaller zip tie. Well, it appears that I do not have any smaller zip ties, which sucks, but that's okay. I will make this work. And look at that. It has much less play. See, I can put it in gear and oh yeah, that's way better. I still need to go ahead and replace that one bushing though, which kind of sucks. Now, let's see how I'm gonna do this. I'm thinking about putting this upside down like this, zip tying the inside of it, and then that should work. Now, does that work? Oh, no. Can I adjust some of it? Can I pull some of that slack out? No, I cannot. And I need to flip this thing over to the other side because that's where it used to face, was the other side. So let's cut this guy off. Now I gotta go get another zip tie. There we go. That guy needs to face that way. New zip tie. Make sure the ugly side is facing that way. I didn't make sure of that last time. And I guess I just want to get like the bare minimal. Like I said, bare minimal-ish. Clearly I'm not the best at this. All right, and cutting again. Oh, way better. It's not nowhere near as crummy. Sweet. I definitely need to get a new shifter boot for sure. I am happy that it's done. I like that. I like the feel of it. Much, much better. Okay, so if this isn't obvious, this has clearly taken a few days to record this video. We just had an oh shit happen. Last night I was driving the Bug and I was in third gear, went to go give it a full pull, and the clutch slipped. Like, car went nowhere and redlined the motor. And I'm like, oh shit. So, yeah. What really teased me off is that this clutch only has 20,000 miles on it, and it's a stage 2 endurance clutch. I'm praying that what the problem is that maybe one of the bolts on the pressure plate blacked out, because this dumbass didn't put any Loctite on it. So now I have to pull the whole transmission out and check on that, which that's okay anyways, because I need to install some polyurethane bushings on the control arms. I still haven't done that yet. May as well do that now since the car is going to be down for a day. I'm not worried about the work situation. I'll be taking my girlfriend's car, so not a big deal. And the axles need to be rebuilt. Well, the boots need to be replaced. Yeah, and the axles got to come out for the transmission to come out. Thankfully, this transmission comes out really easy. Yeah, I mean, it's light. When I say light, I mean, when I had the whole engine out last time, when I replaced the motor in this thing, I would literally, like, I was literally walking around with the transmission in one hand, just putting it wherever it needed to go. It's very light. So I should just be able to jack the car up, remove everything on the top, and literally just like hand lower it. But it's still like work that I gotta do, which sucks. Yeah, let's just go ahead and, you know, do all of that. This blows. All right, so let's just go ahead and start by jacking the car up, pulling the tires off, control arms, axles. Not really all the stuff you have to do to pull the transmission out, but that stuff has to come out anyways, and I frankly just want to get it all done because I'm kind of tired of this thing breaking. What also really sucks about this right now too is I pulled a muscle last night knowing that I was going to have to deal with all this in my sleep so bad that it woke me up, and now I'm miserable. This day sucks a lot. Hate when crap like this happens, especially since this is a work vehicle, so it's like I have to fix it. Oh, I love this tool. Hands down, this is my favorite tool. Hands down, my favorite. Fucking Volkswagen wheels. Oh, I don't like that at all. I really don't want to have to get another control arm. Might have to. I don't want to. Might have to. It sucks because it's a really nice, like, ECS control arms. So now it's perfect. You know what? I will just get a tap and clean it out and just be really gentle with it. Definitely get a new bolt. Yeah, I'm going to tap that and get a new bolt. Now, you got to get a 30 millimeter 12 point to get these guys out. 6 point will not do it at all. Reasons why I love this tool. And like, start with full battery. Only down a little bit, but that's just, this is the tiny little 2 amp one. Yeah, see, this thing's awesome. Probably wasn't even fully charged. Okay, yeah, they are 13, but I need to get the smaller impacts for those. I'm not putting the big guy on it. That's how you break stuff. All right, I need this guy. I need to fix that frickin' hog ring. This thing never holds sockets right. I also understand that I'm supposed to be using like impact sockets, but whatever. If it's the heavy duty guy, yes, for sure. I haven't busted any chrome ones yet. Look at that, boom, out. Just let that guy just chill over there. Everything will stay in put because it's all bolted on. Literally that freaking easy. And same thing on the other side. we go. That's what I mean. I took these out to grease them. Look at this. This thing's destroyed. It's completely pushed out. So I'm gonna replace all of them. So this side's out. We gotta go to the other side. So I got both of the control arms out. That one over there, the one that had the messed up threads on the bolt for the sway bar. The threads on the inside of it actually look perfectly fine. Like, looks like there's no issues at all. So I might just go ahead and get a bolt and call it a day. These things are quite dirty, so I'm spraying them off with some Purple Power. I'll probably take one of my cleaning brushes to it, one of my toothbrushes, and hit it with the pressure washer later. These things are gross and covered in grease. Okay, now I need to go ahead and get my triple square set to pull out the axles. This one's going to be really easy to pull out. The other side's going to be a little bit trickier. I'm going to have to get a bunch of extensions to do it, but it's still really easy and straightforward. Like, there's nothing hard about this. This is going to be the easy side, so let's just go ahead and do this side first. If I remember correctly, it's an 8mm triple square, which is basically like the Torx on steroids. Yep, that's it. Okay, let me take this guy here. How about I just turn the axle? Yeah, let's just turn the axle. There we go. Now everything's out of the way. Holy crap, I really put these things on here last time. Okay, so let's just go take a minute. Alright, so those shits are in there. Okay, so doing the thing I don't like doing. I have to put the axle back inside of one of these, and then I have to put it in gear. So I'm going to put it back into this one, put it in gear, lock them together. I hope that stays. I really hope that stays. I really like that shifter. Okay, now I just need to go ahead and do all these by hand, which kind of sucks. Oh, uh-oh, it's going the wrong way. You know what? This one should be going the other way. Yeah, no. Crap. There we go. Okay, so that's what I've done. That should hold it. There we go. Yes. I really put these on last time. I'd rather pull these off with the impact, but apparently my impact isn't strong enough, and I'm not putting the 1/2" one on there because that's too much. Don't get me wrong, I love my impacts and all, but I'm already having a bad day. If I could prevent another bad day, I will. All right. Now, do the same thing that we did to all of these ones. Let's spray it down with Purple Power because they're gross. And these are getting completely cleaned up with brand new grease and everything. I was worried that these ones would have some really bad play. Now they feel like really good. Like really, really, really good. And let's go pull out the other side. All right, it's out. And I don't want it dripping on me. I want to check the play on this one too, because I'm afraid that my axles are kind of bad. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they were. Ooh. See that play? I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. Actually, it looks like it's more on the spline than anything. It doesn't actually look like it's in the joint itself. This one has no play. But also, look at how much smaller this axle is compared to that side. Like, that side's way bigger than that side. That feels good, but that feels worn out. Doesn't actually look like it's the CV joint itself. Looks like it's the spline in the center, so maybe I might be able to fix it. Either way, spray it on down. Cause I want these things nice and clean. Cause I'm tired of working on dirty stuff. Okay, so you guys are gonna be upset with me because I'm like big about maintenance, and this thing I definitely neglect. The transmission on this thing has 140, almost 5-ish thousand miles on it, and it's on its original fluid, and you're supposed to change it like every 100,000. Yeah, I know, bad me. I'm used to never changing gear oil ever, so yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and change all that. All right, so it's a 17mm giant Allen. And you just go to this guy right here. You just take it. I am 100% expecting the worst transmission fluid I have probably ever seen, because I learned how to like actually drive manual on this car. So did my mom, so did my dad, and I've taught a few friends, and well, I've banged a lot of gears in this thing. So I'm expecting this to be more metal than fluid. Oh, that stuff looks disgusting. And how bad are we? Actually, besides it looking really gross, way better than I expected. Way better. Definitely was not 2 quarts in it, sure, like they're supposed to be. But that fluid looks 10 times better than I expected, which is good, really good. Now I'm gonna let that drain for a little while because I need to start detaching stuff from the transmission, and I need to start pulling everything off the top. Everybody hates the smell of gear oil. To be completely honest, it doesn't bother me at all. Call me a sociopath if you want. It does not bother me one bit. Get you out of gear. We gotta pull all of these off. Thankfully, you could do all that by hand. I'm still waiting on the other one to come in. Unfortunately, the soonest one that I could find that wasn't a fortune is all the way in freaking China. Remember how I was like, wait, what? They're both the same? Well, it turns out they're both different after 2001. I just goofed a little. It happens. At least this car is like not super hard to work on. Well, I just totally lost that. Whenever I first got this thing, I was like, oh my God, I have no idea how to work on this thing. What am I gonna do if something breaks? And then I just started working on it, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is like working on a German Honda, which that's kind of what I consider Volkswagens, as a German Honda, because like they're not that hard to work on. There we go. See, didn't lose it for that long. So there's like a handful of plugs. One of them's there, one of them's up here, and I actually think that's it. And the starter comes out. I gotta take this bracket off, bell housing bolts, slave cylinder, and I think that's like it. Like that's everything. All right, so let's fast forward just a little bit. Transmission's out. Yes, I understand this isn't the proper way to do it. Does it work? Yes, it does. Is it a save? I don't know. It's holding it. I mean, I'm not worried. I'll readjust it just in case, or I'll put a jack underneath it, but it's fine, it's fine. But the transmission is out. And got it right here, and I noticed that we have some problems. The transmission is fine, but in it was just coated with gunk, which it should be. It should be like a bunch of dust and whatnot, but it was gooey, so I knew I had an oil leak. And I looked, you can see it on the shim. I don't know if you can really see it anymore, but it is like the whole bottom of it is just coated in oil. We have a few issues. The rear main seal is leaking. The vacuum pump is leaking. The EGR is leaking. I've always known the EGR was leaking oil. That's okay. I have some bushings to replace. My axles are in way better condition than I actually expected them to be, which I'm very happy for. I did end up having to take the subframe out, which sucks, but that's okay. Thankfully though, all I have to do is put in a new rear main seal, you know, fix the oil leaks. That's simple. Okay, so I needed to cut from the original video because this idiot didn't know what he was talking about whenever it came to looking at the clutch. I did send the clutch to South Bend, which is the original manufacturer of the clutch, and they looked it over for me and saw that it was just worn completely down. I was kind of worried because I was like, hey, it only has 20,000 miles on it, how could it already be worn down? But then I let them know that it was only city miles, and they were like, that's why you normally get your mileage from highway. And I told them, I was like, you know, this thing does only see stop and go. They're like, yeah, this is a little excessive, but completely normal. And I know I kind of drive the car rough anyways, but that's what's going on with the clutch. Now, back to the original video. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Please go ahead and tune in next week or next Saturday or whatever the hell to see part 2 of this, where hopefully I put everything back together, it gets fixed, and the car doesn't break down for like a year, even though I know that won't happen. But yeah, so please like and subscribe, really appreciate it. Trying to help grow the channel a little bit. I've been staying consistent, which is good. I actually haven't even uploaded a video yet, as I'm currently filming this one, and I think I would have put out 2 or 3 or maybe 4 videos before this one. I think 2. I think I would have put up 2 videos before this one by now. But yeah, so go ahead and check back in and let's see if I get everything fixed or if I find more problems. Yay!